One of the most beloved objects in the Star Trek The Next Generation universe is Captain Jean-Luc Picard's Ressikan flute, an instrument that transcends its role as a simple musical object and becomes a symbol of memory, identity, and the emotional depth of a character who is often defined by his rationality and stoic leadership. Introduced in the episode The Inner Light of Season 5, the flute becomes an essential part of Picard's character arc, allowing him to experience a life beyond the confines of his captaincy, and, in a larger sense, to explore the complexity of human experience. The flute is first introduced in one of Star Trek The Next Generation's most celebrated episodes, The Inner Light. In this episode, Picard is struck by an energy beam from a long-extinct alien civilization, causing him to live an entire lifetime in the span of only a few minutes. The civilization, located on the planet Kataan, has preserved the memories of its people through a probe, which implants these memories in Picard's mind. In this simulated life, Picard takes on the identity of Kamin, a resident of Kataan who lives through the planet's final years. Over the course of this simulated life, Picard, as Kamin, learns the local customs, marries, and even raises children. One of the defining aspects of this life is his relationship with music. Kamin is shown playing the flute, a pastime that becomes deeply intertwined with his memories of Kataan. When Picard wakes from this experience, he finds himself still emotionally attached to the memories of Kamin's life, including his deep connection to the flute. This moment encapsulates the profound emotional impact that the flute has on Picard, transforming it from a mere musical instrument into a symbol of his loss. Picard, now back in his own life as the captain of the Enterprise D, is unable to shake off the feelings of grief and nostalgia for a life he has never truly lived, but experienced intimately. The flute is not only a musical instrument, but also a vessel of memory. The experience of playing the flute, and the memories associated with it, serve as an anchor for Picard's emotional response to the events in the Inner Light. It allows Picard to remember a life that was not his own, yet was so vivid that it becomes a defining part of his emotional landscape. In a series where time travel, alien encounters, and the unknown are commonplace, the flute's symbolic importance lies in its ability to represent the loss of something deeply meaningful. Picard's connection to the flute, even after he has woken up from the simulation, underscores a central theme in Star Trek. The idea that human beings carry their past with them, even if those pasts are not entirely real. The flute represents the continuity of experience and memory, the ways in which pasts, whether real or constructed, shape who we are. For Picard, the flute is a link to his alternate life, and its haunting melodies remind him of a world and a people that no longer exist. Throughout Star Trek The Next Generation, Picard is portrayed as a man of reason, logic, and duty. He's a captain whose leadership is grounded in rationality and who tends to suppress his emotions in favor of maintaining control. Yet the flute serves as a reminder of the emotional and creative facets of his identity. Through his playing of the instrument, Picard reconnects with parts of himself that he may not have fully explored before. The flute becomes an emotional outlet for Picard, a way to reconnect with the depths of his character that he often keeps hidden. His playing is symbolic of the tension between the rational mind and the emotional heart, a theme that is explored throughout Star Trek. While Picard is known for his stoicism, the flute offers him a rare, unguarded moment of introspection and expression. It is through the act of playing music that Picard discovers a different part of himself, one that is less constrained by his duties and more in tune with his inner life. Moreover, the flute speaks to the complex interplay of identity and memory. Picard's experience with the Kataan probe leaves him with a lasting imprint of Kamin's life, and the flute serves as a tangible connection to that life. The crew of the Enterprise eventually take the probe on board and examine it. They open it up, and inside they find a box. In that box is the flute that Picard played as Kamin. When Commander Riker presents the box to Picard and he opens it, Picard finds this tangible item that connects himself to that life on Kataan. The flute is a symbol of who he was and who he continues to be, despite the passage of time and the shifting realities he experiences. Captain Picard's flute is far more than a musical instrument. It's a powerful symbol of memory, identity, and the emotional complexity of human existence. Through his connection with the flute, Picard is able to reconcile the rational and emotional parts of his character, experiencing a life that expands his understanding of himself and of humanity. The flute's significance transcends its role as a mere object. It is a tool for introspection and expression, a symbol of loss and continuity, and a reminder that the full breadth of the human experience cannot be defined solely by logic and reason. In the end, the flute represents a part of Picard's soul that remains, even when the memories of Kataan fade.